Hey guys, we got this 2010 Toyota Camry here with a 4-cylinder. This one has the 2AR-FE, and I just wanted to give you a bit of an overview on changing the power steering belt. So the power steering is its own separate belt, and you can see it's a very narrow belt. Now, the power steering pump, there's also the crankshaft, obviously, that's going to drive the belt, and then you've got an idler pulley, which is this small one, and it sits up top, closest to the top here. And then we've also got a tensioner pulley, which is the larger one that's attached to the tensioner housing. So I was actually able to take the belt off and take both of these pulleys off without jacking the engine up at all. And I'm changing them because these bearings in here are bad. This car sat for a while, so the bearings went bad. But here's some part numbers. So this one here is going to be your tensioner, and this one down here is the smaller idler. Now, looks like this one's made by Dayco, and the smaller idler pulley is made by Litton's. So some tools that you're going to need to do this, if you wanted to do it the way I'm going to do it and not have to jack the engine up or move anything out of the road, is a long wrench like this, 14 millimeter. You could probably do it with a shorter wrench too, but you can see way down in here where the tensioner is and how this wrench that's really long comes in very, very handy. The next thing that you're going to need that's absolutely crucial are these little stubby bits. They are Torx T40, and you're able to stick a wrench on them. That's the thing. So these are made by Olsa Tools. Go check them out. They're affordable. And it saves you so much time from taking a bunch of other stuff off. You can just use this and you stick it in a wrench so that it's flush. This goes inside, but I have the wrong size wrench. Inside of the wrench like that, and it makes it super low profile so that you can get inside of the bolts that look like this, right? They have a Torx head on them, T40, and you can just break them loose. And I actually have these, but in a ratcheting version. So I'm able to stick this in here like this and then get in there, and away you go. You just start taking the bolt out. These are a non-reversible wrench, so you have to watch out that you don't back it up against the body of the vehicle. But once you get it out so far, you can pretty much just reach down there and undo them with your hand. And then once you get the bolts out, these just slide right off. There's a machine dowel basically with threads in the center for the bolt, and you just take the pulleys and they just slide right off. So not too bad to do. I would say the most difficult part of it all is probably going to be getting the belt back on, only because the space is very limited. And if you have bigger arms, you're gonna have trouble doing this, especially by yourself. But I have smaller arms, so I'm able to actually stick my arm down in there and get it on, no problem. One more piece of advice would be to turn the steering wheel to the right side so that it gives you a little bit of access through the plastic panel that's in the wheel well located down here. And that's going to open up the area right in front of where the crankshaft is so that you can reach up underneath of there and grab the bolts to pull them out, or take the belt off or put the belt on. So that's pretty much it. I just want to give you an overview of what tools are required to do the job without dropping the motor down or lifting the motor up to access those bolts, and just what kind of process is involved. So if you do it this way, it's going to take you probably about 45 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes. And that's all there is to it. So if you have any questions, throw them in the comment section below. Give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you like this content and want to see more, and we'll see you in the next one.